back. I actually have a few shows in the hopper to be edited and put up, but it's been really, really busy around here. So
it's been busy all over the place. I've been busy. I've been busy with you a little bit too. I had fun being busy with you.
that was really fun. That was really fun.
Spring has sprung.
Spring has sprung, and then you two were busy. Y'all were in the desert.
We were in the desert partying with the aliens. Yep. Then you and I met up in California to roll with Emma.
We did.
And here we are today, eating cookies.
Rolling. Yeah, eating cookies and...
Kari has a surprise for us. Tell us what this is.
So we bought these. I have glasses. I don't have to extend my arms out
there you go.
5 feet. Okay, so this is a blood typing kit. It's the Eldon Home Kit. So I woke up with this idea of, my guides always say, instead of saying things are absolute, yes, no, my guides will say, what if this was true? What if aliens really did live in the backyard? What if there's a crystal skull that can talk to you? What if? I mean, wouldn't that be a fun place to live? So we decided to do a what if on blood typing.
Okay.
So do you guys know how that enters into the metaphysical what if?
No, I don't.
No, I
Lay
don't.
it on
Please
me.
explain.
Well, okay, so I will go as we blood type, because we are going to blood type each other.
Okay.
I'll go into the history of blood typing. All right, guys, I'm going to spare you all the chit-chat and the fluffy stuff, and we'll just zip right through that. In the meantime, I will tell you in a more concise way how the RH factor feeds into this big idea that there are some of us that come from an elite bloodline or aliens. So here it goes. So why is the RH factor important? Well, your immune system naturally contains protective substances called antibodies. They discovered antigens on the surface of the red blood cells. Well, the antibodies attack these red blood cells, treating them like hostile invaders. Here is where the conspiracy theories get their legs. It's with this idea that if you are a woman who is Rh negative, no antigens, and you get pregnant with a partner who is Rh positive, and the baby gets that trait from the father, the Rh negative mother's immune system will kick into high gear, mobilizing her troops or antibodies to attack the foreign invader or the baby, thereby terminating the pregnancy. So the theory is Rh negative blood types may have evolved from a different kind of species on this planet, one that does not want to mix with the other dominant blood type, 85%. All right, so there are only 15% are Rh negative. So some people have asked, was the species put here on the planet, the one that doesn't want to mix? Or maybe there was a program that genetically altered a certain group of folks? Or was it simply a natural formation of the planet's evolutionary stage? Who knows? All right, there you go. You're up to speed. Now, okay, so who wants to go first?
Me!
All right, so keep your finger dipped. I don't know why I dipped mine, because I'm going to... Okay, so what we're going to do... Did you just flip them off with your ring finger?
I did.
Okay, so what we're going to do...
I'm excited.
Are you? Yay, me too.
I'm going to be like Buddy the Elf. Do you have a cotton ball I can pop in my mouth afterwards?
Oh,
Why do I not get that?
Do you have any kids' Band-Aids?
Nah, you don't need them. Come on, man.
She just wants like a sticker.
No, actually, I probably do upstairs.
The Explorer one.
Do you? I can draw. I can draw on a Band-Aid. It's,
I better soak some more. This is taking forever.
yeah, it kind of is. I'm kind of dragging it out. All right, so.
She can edit.
And now I have, where did my little go?
Right here, right here.
Oh, there it is. It's like a little pipette almost. All right, so let me activate these. So we have a control, which I guess the control is just in case you are O negative and nothing pops up. And so.
Swab me.
This isn't very clean, but here you go. I mean, I'm sure I'm clean. All right, so. Probably should put a towel down. I'm glad I practiced this.
Thanks for using
Okay, you
your
ready?
kids as guinea pigs.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
You're ready.
You ready?
Yes.
5. Oh shit, I went the wrong way.
I'm like, that didn't hurt at all.
Aren't you glad I practiced? Okay. Where did it go?
You can't reuse it.
No.
I got such ducked up skin, you probably just get blood
Okay,
easily.
let's try it again. Ready?
Yeah, no, I'm scared.
1, 2.
I'll get a needle.
Look. There you go. That's not even your prick. That's just my hands messing up.
Kari,
You like
seriously? Way to save it.
Isn't that funny?
Way to save it, Mama.
So while she does this, when I process something, when I go through like some big emotional breakthrough or whatever, a healing, a purging, a shedding, I release it physically through my hands, and they get like messed up and like raw hamburger meat. So I always have a
So painful.
I always have a source of blood available if you need one.
For those vampires out
I
there.
guess I got lots of blood samples prepared.
Okay, I guess you're going to just have to stick that one in there.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
I need more blood.
Oh, just
In the second one? In the second dot?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so. Oh, Kari. Is that another one? Did you
No,
just
no,
break
no,
another
no,
hole?
No, you scooped it. It's okay.
I don't know if that's going to give us enough. We may need a little bit more. So what it does is it coagulates, and you start yeah, Celia. All right, and then so this is
So you got,
freakish.
like a little cup.
I just need like a drop to go in that one. Thank you for not barking, Skittles. Okay, you might have to bite yourself or something.
Oh, I got plenty of hangnails everywhere. I
No,
really
no,
do.
no, 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 don't pull another one. Okay, stick it right there. Put it in the
Just touch
anti-G.
it? Or
Yeah,
this
yeah,
one?
yeah, 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 perfect. A little bit more. There you go. There you go. Way to go. Way to work it, sister. I'm not sure if I'm really impressed or if I'm a little bit worried
Next
about
one?
you. Yeah, it's the control.
Okay, let me get under control here.
You will. You're definitely A. There you go.
Ooh.
Okay, so then now your job is to stir those up
Okay,
a little bit.
I'm gonna swirl them.
All right, you ready? I won't break it this time.
You don't have to create your own puncture.
Okay, so this is the cheat sheet. All right, so we don't need that.
Sarah, it didn't hurt at all. Don't worry.
It's like it never happened.
We fast forwarded right through that prick.
Right?
That's funny. Okay.
Does it look like it has enough? It does, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're A.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure
I got
that's how
an
that
A on my test.
bad boy's gonna come out. All right, Mama. You're next. I'll let you take yours home.
Ready?
Okay. I'm gonna read this test results. What does it mean? I'm gonna let you tell me, but I'm gonna take a little peek about this. I mean, at this.
Okay.
Huh. Okay, so can you think and talk at the same time?
Can I think and talk? I can try to
You
think
can
and talk. It
try.
doesn't always work.
Can you tell me why are we doing this? Because you said something about like the guides and it's like what if, what if, what if. Is this like a way for us to not have any kind of what if and an absolute
I'm ready.
I'm not-
answer?
Well, okay, so number one, it's good to have your blood type. I mean, we could be on a trip in the middle of the desert and one of us needs a blood transfusion and, you know, whatever. So it not in today's world. Okay, we're gonna wiggle.
1, 2,
Okay.
3.
1, 2, there you go. I try to do that.
Did you cry?
Oh, good job. Way to
Ooh,
bleed.
It's a gusher. Good job,
It's a
Sarah.
good gusher.
You got an A for bleeding too. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Sorry, Mike.
So it's good to know, but there are these. So blood typing has been around really only. There was a. Oh, it does not want to do it. There. Okay, in 1901 there was. It probably shouldn't be so obvious. There was an Austrian.
An Australian physician
I think it was an Austrian.
that
I think it was an
discovered
Austrian.
blood types
Yes,
and
you're
we
in
now
Australia.
type blood based on the antigens found on the follicle cell,
On the
So
there you go.
sciencey.
on the blood cell.
On the blood cell. So yes. So an antigen. Do you know what an antigen is? Okay.
Something in the blood.
So an antigen, it was found on top of the red blood cell, and an antigen is what antibiotic or what when your antibodies get worked up because they see an infection, and so
Okay.
they go back. Shit, I can't talk. Hold on. No, I
She
can't think. I
and
can't
talk
think
at
and
the
talk.
same time.
Yeah, I told you. Ooh, you're I believe you're D. I think you're an O. What did you say? you were?
Sarah,
I'm an
it's a
O.
magical
I knew
one.
I knew I was an O. I just thought maybe it changed.
I'm gonna get this ready for change. She's
Okay, I-
mutated.
I really don't want one. I don't want to do it.
You're afraid?
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, kind of. But it's Oh, I should probably soak my finger.
Oh.
All right. So. All right.
You don't like to get
Okay.
your
So
finger pricked?
this. Oh, I hate getting my finger pricked. But they used to do it with razors.
Yes.
Remember when they used to do it
Oh,
with the
that would hurt.
razors, and that hurt. So this doesn't.
Did that hurt?
Well, it feels like when you get a thumbtack, like,
you
never had a thumbtack.
blood.
You
got
know,
like a
how I
gusher.
imagine it when I have to go in for a shot, I always think when I play with a kitten and it bites my
Oh,
hand,
that's a good idea.
that hurts a lot more than this will. If I can handle a kitten chomping on me, then I can handle
No, I trimmed a cactus yesterday, and that got me.
And it got you.
Yeah, like 3 places.
Okay. So what we're gonna do? Yeah, you're A.
Looks like it, yeah.
You're A. Be positive.
I got an A on my test.
You did. I'm the big O.
I wish I was the big O.
That's funny. All right. So,
Okay, this I did not see how to do.
okay. Bing, bing, bing. Bing. And then you just go boop, and it'll stop on its own.
What do I do?
Okay, so
Push
you're
against
just
it.
gonna
Push it. Just push it.
push it
Okay.
until and if I found that if you did it too close to the quick, then the blood would run into the quick, and it was not.
Just push down. Okay. Oh!
Oh, that wasn't bad. Thank you.
Ooh, I hurt my friend.
Nah.
Oh, we forgot to put alcohol on you. Now you're.
Oh,
Now
I'm
you're
a
practically dead.
We got the
germy
bubbly.
wormy. We're fine. All right. All right, come on. Gotta bleed, man. Gotta bleed.
Do, 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 do.
So what happened, where the big rub comes in, is
Yeah.
that they found that there is a group, and it's only 15% of the population of the United States. Now, beyond that, I'm not really sure. But it's only 15%, and it was and it's the RH negative. And they're saying, I'm just trying to figure out how to get that in there. And I actually wanted this to come out a little more intelligently.
Does this have anything to do with high creatine levels? And the
No,
reason I
it's
say
not.
that, I'll throw in a little story while you're being too thinky. But I have a Facebook friend online, and he was like featured with the. I don't think it was Ancient Aliens, but there was another like spin-off show of
Yeah,
that. I
yeah.
can't remember what it was, but they tested a few people, including my friend, and these are people that claim to have alien DNA or whatever. And when they tested their blood, and I don't know the levels, but I'm just going to make these numbers up. But normal humans have like a level of 25, whatever the thing is. And these people had a level of like 5,000 or something that was just outlandish. And it was in 3 parts of the world. One of them was like near the Great Lakes, where there's a lot of alien activity and mounds and things like that. And another one was in Basque, that place
Oh,
like
the
between
Basque,
Spain
that's
and
RH
France.
negative. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so maybe this is along the same lines then.
35% of
And then the other one was another place, I can't remember where it was, but 3 specific places on Earth had this concentration of people with higher creatine levels that they associated with some kind of alien race. That's my little 2 cents.
I mean, back in the day, they thought bloodletting was a way of a cure-all. But let's just
Yeah,
drink 3
and it
pints of
didn't-
blood out of you.
It doesn't matter what your blood type is, because the leech will accept them all.
Okay, this is weird.
Huh.
I have a card that says from when I was a teenager.
Did yours change?
It did. It was O. I have one, and it says O. I have always been O. Always.
Well, what are you now on this one? Does it look like
I am
A and
those
B?
2. I am.
You didn't do this one.
That's her control.
Well, that's my control.
She's out of control, Sarah.
Woohoo! Okay, so according to this,
Let's hold them up. Hold yours up, Sarah.
Mine's dripping.
No, I didn't get enough blood, but I'm going to show what mine looks like, what the card looks like, if it will let me. So that's my blood stuff.
how the hell did I change to be
See
positive?
my hands? Can't believe I just showed that off. That's how messed up they get.
Changing here. I was just making fun, saying you can't. So maybe.
Can you change? I
No,
know.
you
I don't think
change.
you can change.
No,
I had a nurse tell me I could, but I didn't believe her.
Ooh, that's Google worthy.
I don't
What it
know.
means, presence of absence of. Okay, so, well, this is bizarre.
We know you're bizarre.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we
Apparently.
accept you as you are.
Did I? What? I'm confused. And how do I have a kid that's an O, and I'm an O? I think you're lying. See, because that's coagulated.
It is coagulated. Both of those two are.
So anti-B and anti-D. Ooh, the plot thickens,
But not the blood.
but not
just
the
O.
blood. Well, we'll have to figure that out. Now I have to call my doctor.
I know.
Because when I went to the doctor, I said, "Can I get a blood test or a blood typing?" And they said, "Well, yeah, it's really expensive." 7 of these were $35. These Eldon tests, or Eldon tests. Okay, what are y'all doing? What are you doing? Are you
I was
looking
going
at
to
it?
Google about blood types.
Well, and okay, so so the reason we're talking about blood typing is we wanted to know if we are perhaps part of the alien race. No, it is that really is. So where this idea comes from is that we all were either actually. Do you know there are 600 different blood types, like different blood categories?
No, I did
But there are only
not.
2 that really concern everyone, and that deals with the RH factor, and then of course your blood type.
Pregnancy and everything. Okay.
Right. And so so it's interesting because what happens is the body will attack. So if a mother's pregnant and she is RH negative and her child is RH positive, the body will say, "Ooh, foreign invader," and it will attack the fetus. Now, I'm not sure if you have to build up the antibodies, and I do believe that would happen on the second pregnancy, because it's sort of like, you know how once
It
the
solidifies
the foreign thing is there, then the body says, "Ooh, we know what that is." The next time the foreign body's there, and it sends out its little army that it created based on the first one. Anyway, I'm not sure if that always happens.
I want to address that because I always wondered about why is it when you get married or when you have kids when you have the blood test with your man, and wonder if it's not compatible. What do you? Sorry, we can't get married now.
No,
That's
what they
for
do if
regarding children.
well, if you're they used to do the blood tests at the beginning, and I don't know what all they tested for. That's interesting that you say that, but I think what they do is no matter what, like if I was RH negative, what they would do is they give you an anti. They have a med for that, and so it tells
Okay.
your body, slow your roll. You don't have to react that way. This
Don't
is
get
not
all
a foreign invader.
defensive.
But what people have said is, number one, where does that come from, and where in our line? And some guy on Ancient Aliens said that RH negative did not exist before like 1600s. How would he know that?
How would he know
How would he know that?
that?
I don't know if that's one of those, and I would
You
like to look that
extract
up.
it from bone marrow or
Well,
something?
exactly. Which you could, because that's where your red blood cells are made. Or no, it's where your white blood cells are made, primarily in your femur.
Okay.
You know that? So I know that because my mother, who had cancer, going through treatment, she had to ramp up her, and she'd always say her bones hurt, because that's where your white blood cells are made. So maybe, but that's white. I'm not sure how that translates to red. So I know we have some brilliant people out there, so let us know. But another thing is people believe that it could have been a genetic mutation that was created to keep the bloodlines from mixing. So if you had this extraterrestrial bloodline, and they didn't want you to have offspring from the regular bloodline, then they would, because of course they didn't have that medicine. I think it's like called an antigen. I don't know what it is, but it they didn't have it, and so the baby would always not survive.
Trippy.
I know, right? So that's where that comes from. And I mean, it's fascinating. Just this whole blood thing is fascinating, and how they used to they would try to mix, I think the first time that's on record, they transfused a dog with another dog, and they realized he lived. And there was a point where they thought that blood came from your liver and things you ate. And so, and then a guy along the line said, no, I think it actually is in your body, and your body makes it.
That's why you like raw hamburger.
That is what I like.
Steak
Ronnie.
tartare.
I love it all. Don't even bother cooking it.
Ugh.
Really?
I'm still baffled by how my blood type has changed. I can't wait to tell my mom.
Okay, well, it said that your blood type can actually change, and it's usually
I've never had a
triggered. That's the wrong word, but whatever. Because of you just said your mom, because of cancer or some kind of transfusion or whatever, it will take on the properties of the new blood or something like that. I didn't have enough time to study it all the way, but it is possible.
I didn't know that, and I even said that earlier. Let's see if my blood type changed, but I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it can.
I never
it can
had
adapt.
a transfusion.
Isn't that trippy?
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
haven't
don't
had
know. Well,
anything.
there may be other reasons. Mostly I got the answer that is yes, it can.
So now I have to go dig up my
Your ancient one.
my
huh?
card, my blood bank card, and find out. Because
Do you know? Well, you already know what your husband is too, and your kids. So then you can.
he's A negative.
So you can look at that too, because I
I know
know.
he's- I
do
had-
know, like my husband's O positive and I am, so both our kids were automatically O positive.
Right,
That worked
because
with
there's
that.
a recessive gene there.
Yeah.
But that's not there. Well, we were O positive. No, we have O positive, 2 A pluses, so A positive and 1 A negative. And now random, whatever I am. What did I say I changed to? Whatever it is.
AB. D.
No, I think B.
D.
EFG.
I'm
gotta
definitely an
have so
alien.
many-
I am definitely an
I
alien.
get so many comments on this.
Oh, no, that's Chris. There you go.
Nuts.
Here we come with a plan. She's got a plan.
Oh, you
And
should
with
see
that
my
plan, we're all
whiteboard. It's
over the
like-
place.
Yeah. Okay. So that was another idea. Is if you are Rh negative, you may have lights in the way. You may have evolved, and they're wondering where did it come from, because they really
Yeah.
don't believe that it existed
Before
before a certain point. Yeah. And so was it part of the Earth's natural evolution,
Okay.
or was it somehow
Genetics.
bred into us?
with-
Oh, so many truths to be uncovered.
Well, there are a lot of people that believe that we were, genetic hybrids
Yes.
and all this kind of stuff, which who knows,
I
you know?
think we're all hybrids.
You do? Where do
I
you
just
think
feel
you're
like we
from?
are. But now, well, I mean, I know just from digging into my heritage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh! I have like Assyrian, I have Palladian, Arcturian. I have all different, and there's probably so many different other, races. Different. What are you looking at me? I
Somebody
don't
got
look
around.
She's an
reptilian, though.
intergalactic.
Somebody
I got
got
around.
around.
I'm a bit of I know I'm a human mutt. I have no idea what my heritage is. So if I am a human mutt, you better believe I'm a galactic mutt too.
I think we all are mutts. Heinz 57. I like that one. Heinz 57.
Mhm.
Yeah, steak sauce. Yes.
Ask
Do you like-
anyone.
Here, we're going to turn that off because I don't want to leave Sarah out.
Ah! That's close up. That's close up.
Too close. Too close. Yeah, so anyway, so I'd love to know what you guys are, and I will drop some links in, and I actually had a lot of, I do have some more tidbits on this.
Tidbits. Lay it
Okay,
on us.
so you mentioned the Basque, who
Yeah,
are
yeah.
in the Pyrenees, and I think it's northeastern Spain. 35% of that population is Rh negative.
Really?
35%, yeah.
That's interesting.
And their language apparently is not a derivative of European languages. Where'd that come from? And then this is really kind of funny. So the Japanese, this guy, like back in the 20s, I guess 100 years ago, came out with this idea that he wrote this paper on blood types and how they relate to personality, personal traits, kind of the way we look at horoscopes. And people really bought into this. And then there was a resurgence of this in the 1970s. And I mean, it has gone viral. On their Facebook pages, they can say what their blood type is. They have pop songs that are, my blood type is A. And people say, some questionnaires on job applications will actually say, what is your blood type? Because this is not a job for type A's.
Well, there's even
So
like,
what about me?
Discriminating.
I mean,
look at all the books regarding your blood type and your diet.
so apparently that's
Yes.
fallacy. That's not, and I came across that
Because I know
there's
I'm not supposed
nothing
to
to
have
corroborate that.
Caffeine doesn't like jive with my body, but it sure does feel good.
A lot of things feel good that aren't good for us. But that's the way I feel about whatchamacallit. It said that I'm supposed to eat meat. And I really do like meat. Because I'm well maybe that's why I don't like meat anymore.
Huh? Are you off meat?
No.
Oh, I think so.
No. It is no.
Oh, Kari, you
Stay
know
on my
what?
meat team.
That's
Wouldn't
it.
that be weird if one day I quit eating meat? That'd be weird.
Just listen to your body.
Yeah, well, I told you about. Look at my family members that gave up meat.
I
They
know.
swore they never would, and just like that.
I don't swear
Something
I never
clicked.
will, but I sure do like
You're
my
just
meat
enjoying
too.
it. Why? You're enjoying it now. Why
Eat
craving
as
it?
much
Just
as I
go for
can
it.
before that craving goes away.
Yeah.
Well, it grounds me. Meat grounds me. When we went raw vegan for that few weeks, it
You were
was
too floaty.
Oh my god! Well, that and I had bruises all over my body,
Really?
and I didn't know how to do it.
Wow.
It was because I was I guess quasi anemic to begin with. Yeah, and it just and I gained like 10 pounds, and it was not pleasant. the
You
whole
gain 10
experience.
pounds not eating the meat.
Because I ate an enormous amount of peanut
Carbohydrates,
butter
oh.
and bread and everything else. I didn't go gluten free.
It wouldn't hurt you to gain 10 pounds.
Yeah, it would. I gained all on my face. I just lost 4. I had to lose some weight.
Did you gain them in California? Was it
Yeah.
tacos?
I think it's those damn Juice Pluses.
Oh, the vitamins.
The vitamins. 4. She's eating
The
24 a day.
vitamins.
Yeah, we do.
Disguised
We
as
like
their
half a bag.
candy,
24
disguised
gummies
as
a day.
vitamins.
Well, I kind of went on a dessert sounds good with every meal thing. But I gained 85 pounds. Well, I quit counting at 85 pounds. I quit
You
counting.
don't even weigh like 85 pounds now.
Stop
I know,
it.
that'd be
I
You're
do.
like a size 0.
No,
Can you
I'm
imagine,
not.
like,
I
doubling
promise.
size?
You're making me look like I'm some huge, you know what?
Stop it. No, I'm not. I'm not. It's no, that's
I would
not.
like to
you
see
guys.
the pregnancy pictures of you.
I'll show you.
But you are enormous.
I topped out at. I quit counting
She's ginormous.
2 weeks
Here, just
before.
here.
I
How
quit
big is
counting
here?
at 36 weeks, and I was
Wow.
205 pounds.
Yeah, plus you can get on the scales, you can't even look at it. So you
I can't see it. I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
You can't see the numbers.
I remember I couldn't see my legs to shave them. I couldn't.
I know.
Yes, that's an awful
That's how I
feeling,
was
wasn't
with
it?
my other boobs. I couldn't see anything.
I had
Yeah.
boobs. I actually had boobs, and I didn't like them because I had an enormous
Yeah, they get in the way.
butt too. I had my teacher, and every time I see her, I tell her that because that really she's like, I've never seen a butt grow that fast. I mean, you were huge. I really
Put
was.
my beer on it like a shelf.
That's a guy told me that once. He's like, you have a flower pot butt. I said, what? He's
I
like,
have
you
a
can
flat butt.
you can put a
That's
flower
a
pot
trait.
on
It
it.
has anything to do with my blood type.
I know.
Are you B? What are you again?
A. I mean, oh.
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 Oh. The big O.
The big O. All right, guys. Well, thank you.
It's
This
been
was
fun.
fun. So if you have any recommendations for other, why not? Let's give it a whirl.
We'll do anything.
But there's an asterisk behind that one. These two might do anything. I might play it a
This one
little.
might do
Somebody has to say above board in order to bail these two out. So I'll take that one. So anyway, well, thank you, and thank you guys for
Kari.
being
That was
open
fun.
to doing this.
Sure.
Yeah, it was a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Thank
This
you.
was fun. All right.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
That was fun.